Hello guys, welcome to yet another video. This is White Collar Forex, the home of professional trading. And yeah, I'm back with a new video, and in this video I'll be teaching you guys a secret pattern that I recently discovered that has really changed my trading. After discovering this pattern, guys, or strategy, I was able to become very successful in my trading. I've been profitable ever since I found the strategy. So without wasting any more of your time, let's just get into the charts and I'll explain to you how the pattern or strategy works. So guys, there's two rules to the pattern. First, the pattern needs to be shown by large candles going in one direction with little to no opposing candles. For example, this block here is on the EURUSD weekly time frame, and here is the pattern. As you can see, there are strong red candles going down in a strong movement and little to no opposing candles, meaning there's no or little green candles in this strong move out right here. So number two, what you need to look out for is the pattern needs to take out the previous one or two structures, right? As you can see here with the red arrows, the move took out the previous two higher lows that were forming before it. So those are the two rules that we focus on when looking at the pattern that I'm about to teach you guys. So what does the actual pattern do? Right, so the pattern is just basically the clues that are left behind by the market makers. This pattern shows us where the market makers want to take the markets, right? So when you see this pattern, you know that this is where market makers are trying to take the markets to. This is market makers dropping funds into the market to try and change the direction of the market, right? So let's get into the chart and actually look at the pattern in motion. So like I said, this is the weekly time frame on EURUSD, right? And here is the pattern right here. So guys, so you're probably asking yourself, but where do we find this pattern, right? Let me explain. Let me show you the origin of the pattern. This is the pattern right here. We usually find the pattern at zones, right? So first you will identify a zone, and then that's when you will see the pattern itself, right? As you can see here, here is a zone on the weekly. Let me just change that color right there so that we don't get confused. Right, so the green right there is a zone, right? It's a supply zone, right? So that's another rule. You need to find the pattern within a zone for you to be able to validate the pattern. So as you can see here, we found the zone within a pattern. We found the pattern within the zone, and then the pattern formed. So how does this actually work? Number one, you find the zone. After a zone is tested, you look for a strong move with strong candles and little to no opposing candles. Number three, we need the pattern to break previous structures, right? One or two previous structures. Then that's when you know that the pattern is actually valid. And as you can see here, the pattern is actually valid, and all three rules have been followed, right? So what next? So after you identify the pattern and all the rules are met, now how do we trade the pattern? you may be asking, right? Once you identify the pattern, you wait for a retracement into the pattern, into a zone within the pattern, right? So this is a zone within the pattern, right? You wait for price to test that, and after price tests that zone within the pattern, you enter accordingly. And as you can see, what happened, price went down, right? So these strong candles right here were telling us that the market makers, the institutions, and the banks were trying to take the market down, right? They were trying to form a bearish market. And as you can see, after the test of the zone within the pattern, we got a downtrend, right? As you can see, these are consecutive lower lows and lower highs, right? You can even draw a trend line to prove that theory, right? So the pattern works on all time frames, right? So let's look at another example, right? So for example, this was a recent trade that my team and I took, right? It was based on a weekly pattern, right? So as you guys can see here, we have a zone, right? This is our first rule. You need to find the pattern within a zone, right? As you can see, that's a zone right there, and price came here and tested the zone right here, right? This is where price tested the zone right here, right? So what do you do after that? So what we do after that, we scroll over to the lower time frames, and as you can see, this is where price tested our zone, right? Here's where price tested our zone, and as you can see, guys, within that test, we got our pattern. This is our pattern right here. This is our pattern right here, guys. It follows all our rules. Large candles with little to no opposing motion. We just had like 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strong bearish candles. So rule number 1 is met. Rule number 2, it has to take out previous structures. So here's our previous structure. Again, here's our previous structure. And again, here is our previous structure. So that's another rule that has been met, right? It was found within a zone. Strong move, clearing previous structures. And what do we do next? Like I said, we wait for a test. There we go. Of a zone within the pattern itself. Within the pattern itself. And it tested this reverse zone over here. And what did price do? Price shot down because of the clue that the market makers gave us, right? The market makers gave us a clue and said, we want to take price downwards, right? So guys, another thing you need to remember is that the great thing about this strategy is that it works on multiple time frames, right? It works on multiple time frames. You find this pattern on almost every time frame as long as you follow the rules that I gave you. What are the rules? Find a zone, wait for the zone to be tested, look for the pattern within the zone, look for a strong breaking previous structures with a strong impulse move, right? Wait for the test of a zone within that strong move, and then take your trades, right? So it's that simple, guys. So let's look at another example. Let's go back to the weekly. So let's say we were looking at this zone right here, right? This is the zone that was tested, right? So here is the zone. The zone was tested. We go down to a smaller time frame, right? Here's the zone again. What do we look for? Let's mark our previous structures. Here's the previous structure right here. Here's another previous structure right here. So this is the zone that we marked on the on the weekly time frame. What do we look for? A strong move, which is our pattern breaking previous structures, right? Here is our strong move. It did indeed break previous structures. We had strong bullish candles and little to no opposing candles. Look at how small the green candles are. It shows that there is little opposing motion. Then what do we wait for? We wait for a test of a zone within our pattern. This is the zone within our pattern, and price did what? It tested that zone and price shot down, right? So guys, like I said, you find this on multiple time frames. As long as you follow the rules, then the pattern will always work out in your favor. So let's go back to the rules again. What do? You go to a higher time frame, you look for a zone, tick. What do you then do? Wait for the zone to be tested, tick. Then you go to a lower time frame. What do you look for? You look for where the zone was tested. Then you look for a strong move breaking one to two previous structures, then a test of a zone within the pattern, and then you take your trades in the direction of the initial move, the initial footprint that the market maker showed you, right? So that's a simple, straightforward pattern, guys, that my team and I use to kill the markets every single time. So this is basically the only pattern you need to know in Forex. Forget all other patterns. This is the pattern that you need to know in order to succeed in Forex trading, right? So guys, if you enjoyed the video or if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, guys, if you do want to be in contact with me or want to join the White Collar Forex Academy, there will be a link in the description below, and there will be a link to my Facebook account for you to ask any questions. And I will also attach my Facebook account on the screen for you to contact me. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. This is White Collar Forex, the home of professional trading. I am signing out.